I never honestly imagined I'd have to do this. I figured after my dad passed away, I would just be sad and then move on. But I just couldn't. My life was so scary at that point. It was dark and scary. My name is Paula. I was treated for PTSD at the Douglas, and my life is so much better now. So a couple years ago, after staying home through the whole pandemic to stay safe, my dad went out for a day trip with us, and he unexpectedly died far from home and in a really public place. And it was super chaotic. There was police and firemen and ambulances and bystanders, and I had to go home that night and tell my mom that her husband of 62 years, who'd gone out for the day, wasn't coming home. And then 2 weeks later, on the way to his funeral, I experienced my first full-blown panic attack. People seem to understand grief far better than PTSD. When I told people my father died and I was so sad I couldn't sleep for days, nobody seemed to think twice about it. When I said my father died and the trauma of that day launched me down the road to PTSD, there was more judgment. At one point I would stay home all the time, just afraid of everything, afraid of people, afraid to have a panic attack, afraid to go out. That's not living, that's existing. When I finally reached out for help and got the help I needed, the difference in my life was unbelievable. What amazed me the most during the whole process is how the psychologist helped me figure out me. The things that made me me were still there. We just needed to figure out a way to make sure that they could come through, that the panic, the fear didn't overcome all of this. The sights and sounds of that day were a lot, and I couldn't deal with those memories. I couldn't process those memories the way some other people can, and there's no shame in that. I didn't need to be fixed. I needed to change some things, but I wasn't broken.